And from last week, just to see what the Aussie dollar, we had a short. Our structural short was the 104.39, and it is our short point. It closed the week at 103.56, so that trade was up about 80 or 90 pips. Yes, yes, Lord. And it could be on either side. So this is interesting because this is our selling point from last week, and it did take us below the 103.89, which is this secondary structure, and it took us all the way down to the 101.82. I want to make sure that and we bounced. The 101.82 is basically this area over here, and it's actually precisely the high of October. So it is, as I said, we don't have a trend change. All what we have is that a pullback, and now it is beginning to set. I have a couple of lower highs, and one of the minor structures is the 101.82, and then this baby over here, that is going to be the granddaddy, if you will, if it breaks, and that is the 99.26. So with that, if you look also at the daily chart, you see here, we did try to trade above we did try to go above the 103.89, and we placed a high at 103.97, and we closed at 103.56. That failure to be able to close above the 103.89 is a negative point, and we closed also not just below the 103.89, we closed below the 2 days high and below, just sitting at the 3 days high. So that is a fairly negative close, and I will be looking at a sell, if you will. And if you look at the intraday chart, yes, the trend is to the upside. It has been moving higher for the last 3 days, and this intraday chart is pretty much the same looking chart as your daily chart of the Aussie. It's been moving up, and then now it put the high, and it's moving sideways now for the last several months, and it's the same as you can see over here. That is your high, and it's just consolidated. So it pretty much looks, the daily pretty much looks like the intraday. So in order to plan our trade, I will not, first of all, wanting to buy the Aussie unless it gets above the 103.89. So buying that Aussie is going to be above 103.89 fixed, and that is also my structure point. And in this case, it's going to be my stop. Okay, on the short side, I will look at the intraday to try to identify a selling place where I can sell it. It's it's a little bit a high risk trade, but we should be looking at selling it. Let's say this is where we should short it. Again, this is a short-term trade. Your position trade, it would be way below the 1 and 244. But if you want to scalp it from that, technically this should give us a push down till here. And if you short it, I'm going to place my stop right above the market side of 103.68. So my short is going to be 103.20. My stop is 103.68, and my structure point to the downside is the 101.82. Okay, so the bias for the Aussie is to the downside. I'll be looking to go short initially below the 103, I'm sorry, the 101. I'm sorry, I'll be looking to go short initially below the 103.20, and my structural short is the 101.82. And if I go short below the 103.20, I'm placing my stop above 103.68. I will go long if it goes above the structure point, which is the 103.89. That's going to be my long point, my structure long, and my stop. Okay, that is the Aussie dollar.